If You Go Into the Woods with H.G. Part 2. I could see, in my peripheral vision, that David was looking at me with a mixture of curiosity and also apprehension. He was a problem. I felt the desire to turn to him and roar into his face, "Fuck off! I want to be alone with her!" And I fought against this urge, pushing it down, driving it back to wherever it had come from. I wanted him gone, as I saw him as a hindrance to my involvement with Claire. For some reason, I simply had no interest in him. Why? Greed. I was greedy for her. I wanted to possess her. I wanted to explore her. I wanted to be with her, and he, clearly, would get in the way. I had already observed the way that he relied on her. I understood this was not unusual. After all, my own younger siblings irritated me, with their repeated demands of, "H.G., come and play. H.G., come and look at this. H.G., help me with this." And therefore, I understood it was part of the relationship between a younger sibling and an older one that the younger would automatically behave in an annoying way. Yes, he had run after her. He had called her name. He clung to her. This is what the younger sibling did. But even though I understood this, it did not reduce my irritation. The desire to reject him and force him away still lingered, like the aftertaste of something bitter that had been eaten. There it was, the urge to lash out at him and remove him from the equation, and in so doing make him cry and run away, laughing at his weakness, and thus leave his sister to me. All mine. Yet I knew that this would work against me. It was too soon to divide and conquer. I had to conquer him and her, and then get rid of him. "Do you like the woods?" I asked Claire. I thought I had better smile again. Smiling creates reassurance, so I did it. I saw the apprehension on David's face melt, but he still looked to his sister. "Yes, we do," she replied. "You're not from round here, are you?" I remarked. It was an obvious observation given the fact that I had not seen them before, and their accents were not of the area. But despite the obvious nature of the comment, it was worthwhile. I wanted to know where they were from, and moreover, what were they doing in my wood? "No, we've just moved here," she explained. "Oh, where from?" I asked. "Leeds," Claire replied. "Ah, from the north." I had spent some time there, near Manchester, which of course was on the other side of the Pennines, but I was not going to make mention of that just yet. "Leeds itself or nearby?" I queried. It is the case that in the United Kingdom, those from the north will tell you the nearest city or town they live near to, and those in the south, the county. "Leeds itself, Armley. Have you heard of it?" she asked. "Course I've heard of fucking Leeds. Do you think I'm stupid?" There it was again, the urge to correct and put her in her place for thinking I would not know where a major city in the UK was. But I took hold of the urge and held it in place, as I knew she knew that I knew where Leeds was. It was Armley, she was asking about. Isn't there a prison there? I asked. I knew there was, though I was not going to let them know why I knew that. Yes, how do you know that? She asked with a soft smile. She was surprised, but evidently liked the fact I have heard of where she had come from. Must have heard it on the news, I guess, I lied. She nodded in agreement. Are you a Leeds fan? I asked David. He nodded. Dirty Leeds, I teased him. No, they're not, he protested. HG's teasing you, offered Claire to her brother. I was pleased by the way she said my name. I wanted to hear her say it again. I wondered what it would sound like as I kissed her neck. I wondered what it would sound like when she was frightened. Who do you support, then? David asked. Manchester City, I replied. Rubbish, he retorted. I laughed, but I actually wanted to take him and shove him in the stream that ran through the wood and hold his head in the water as he thrashed his arms and legs, struggling to breathe. The image formed in my mind and pleased me. Do you like football, Claire? I asked. Not really, she replied. What do you like? I asked. Do you like tall blonde boys? I wondered. Do you like holding hands? Do you like fire? Do you like singing? Do you like to swing across the stream? Do you like playing netball? Do you like kissing? Have you ever kissed? The thoughts flickered through my mind as I sought to anticipate what she liked. She had an oval-shaped face, long light brown hair. There was the slightest wave in it. Her lips were quite full. She was slim, and I could see her breasts through her t-shirt, discernible but not large. She was physically attractive. Oh, different things, she answered. Such as? I pressed. I noticed that she blushed slightly at being gently pushed to answer. She was not used to attention. Interesting. I like music, I suppose, and reading, she explained. Me too, I confirmed. Reading's boring, chimed in David. No, it's not, scolded his sister, playfully hitting him on the arm. Ow, he remarked in mock response. Don't be such a baby. It's embarrassing, she chided him as she glanced at me and then quickly away. Evidently, she wanted to see what I thought of this exchange. You live around here? She remarked. Yes, just back along the lane. How come you're in the woods? She asked. I was pleased that she was wanting to know more about me. Oh, I come here all the time. There's always something to interest me in here, I responded. So you live in one of those big houses back there? She asked, waving an arm in the general direction of where we had all come from. Yes, that's right, I confirmed. You must be loaded, remarked David as he picked up a stick from the ground and began to swipe the air with it. David, don't say things like that, scolded Claire again. Interesting. She acted like a mother to him. She had manners. I liked that. Well, he's posh, continued the brother. I laughed at his comment. Sorry about him, offered Claire. Oh, it's all right. I have a younger brother too. Annoying, aren't they? She laughed in response. I saw the light in her eyes. Her countenance changed. She was not someone who had what has come to be described as a resting bitch face. Rather, her face was open and inviting. But when she laughed, light spread across it, especially in the eyes. The eyes. I felt the warmth inside at her reaction. Yes, they are, she agreed. No, I'm not, protested David, and he swung the stick at his sister. I immediately grabbed my own stick from the ground and placed myself between Claire and her brother. I say, sir, you shall not attack this fair maiden, I declared. I heard Claire laugh again behind me as I presented my stick as a sword. I could smash it into his round little face and leave a red wheal, but now was not the time. Instead, I let him come at me, blocking his blows as he made battle noises. "Huh! Huh! Huh!" he declared as he swung the stick. He thrust, and I parried. He swung, and I readily blocked, as the two of us battled like a pair of knights. Claire watched on, the damsel in distress, protected by her noble knight. After allowing David numerous attempts to get past me to his sister, although of course he failed, being smaller than me, and thus with a limited reach, I swung hard and knocked the stick from his hand. I then placed the tip of my stick at his throat. "Surrender, sir, I have the advantage," I declared. I heard Claire clap as her brother gave a grin, having enjoyed this little game. "Okay, you win," he admitted. "A gallant reply," I approved, and removed the stick and turned to look at Claire. She was smiling. He had grinned. They were becoming mine. "Are you any good at climbing trees?" I asked David as an idea formed in my mind. "Yeah," he answered enthusiastically. "Good. Come with me. I know just the place." I reached for Claire's hand to encourage her to come also, and she took it without hesitation. "It is this way," I announced as I set off down the pathway, David trotting beside me, having gathered his stick once again, and Claire walking, holding my hand still. It was time to have a little test.